Welcome to the 13th session for the series Test Automation Framework for Web Applications built using Cypress and JavaScript. So in the last session, we implemented the page object model design pattern for our pages. So basically, what were we doing? Uh, we were actually able to define our elements like which were present on the login page, like these two text boxes and one login button, and this products page as well. Okay, but in this session we are going to see how can we implement the page object model design pattern at the components level. How can we handle these application components, like in the header, in the footer, these are the application components. So basically these are not dependent on any of the pages, they're not specific to any pages. This may be present on multiple pages as well. Okay, so we are not going to define it in every page, but we will create the application components as a different entity only. Okay, so let's get started. Let me jump on the IDE. So under this pages only, let me create a folder and name it as the components. Okay, and what are these components? Basically, the one is header. Let me copy this products page, rename it as header. Okay, so this is a header, and maybe rename it as copy and footer. Let me take one basically just a second, footer and footer. Okay, so what exactly is present inside the header? So let me just inspect this particular element. Okay, and go to the selector sub, and let's copy the relative XPath maybe, or we can go with the CSS selector also. Let's go with CSS selector only. Okay, so this is what the heading, right? What is the heading? Swag Labs. It is Swag Labs. Yes, Swag Labs, done. In the same way, what we can do, we can actually locate something for the footer as well. So inside the footer, if we go, we have this message, right? So this message also we can do, we can, this time we take the XPath. We'll take the XPath. So we'll take the XPath and cy.xpath it will be. Let me delete it. And just a second. Let me use the double quotes. And this is particularly a message, right? Message for what? Message for copyright, right? So let me copyright. See, please give the meaningful names to all these elements which you mentioned, so that it will be easy for you to manage in future when you have multiple elements and multiple operations. Okay, so it will be able to it will be easy for you as well, you only. Okay, so inside the login test case, basically what I can do now, I can import this. So this one maybe for header, and the next I can do for the footer. Let me add the footer here. Okay, and inside the same test case only, I want to add one more level filter. So this time header dot elements. What was the heading? Swag Labs, right? So you see, I am able to see it. And what is the text? Swag Labs it is. Okay, similarly I can do this for the footer. Okay, so this have to text is something which exactly looks for the same text. Okay, what if you want to only look for the partial text? For example, if I only want to validate this particular message, so for example, let me put it here, copy this, and assertion, let me just use include. Instead of have, I'm using include, so that it will work with the partial string. Okay, so footer does not have any heading, right? So footer has what? Footer has a message copyright. Okay, now let's try to execute this now. Package.json, executing it in the Firefox browser, and let's see if everything goes fine or not. Yeah, so see, we had two test cases. One we already have skipped, basically that was the old test case which we had for before POM. Okay, so the one test case got passed. So likewise we can actually handle the application components. So what did we do? We actually created a folder called components. Under the pages we created header, we created footer, we defined the elements, and inside the test cases we did the import part, and then we use them in the test case for the assertions. Okay, so this is how you can actually manage all the application components using page object model design pattern in Cypress and JavaScript. So in the next session, we'll create the base page. For example, what's happening here? We are actually using this type and type for 2 times here, right? So this is a repetition. So what we are going to do, we are going to create a base page here, and inside this base page class we will write all the methods related to the web elements. For example, what you can do with the web elements, you can click, you can fill, you can do mouse over, you can do right click, right? So all those operations, all those methods will be written in that base page class. Okay, so we'll see in that in the next session. That's all for this session. Thank you for your time. Have a very good day.